The inspiration was with my own kids to use games as a motivation to get them out of the house and outside, walking around into the parks, to encourage adults to go and explore parts of the city that maybe you didn't normally go to, or stop and notice the local park that you passed by but didn't notice. And essentially imagining this sort of digital enhancement model of everything that's happening in the world. And he, thought about, as a computer scientist, how interesting that would be, how useful it would be if you had this sort of digital mirror of the physical world. He imagined a world where all of that existed digitally and could be studied and manipulated and so on. Digitally and could be studied and manipulated and so on.
Digitally and could be studied and manipulated and so on.
Digitally and could be studied and manipulated and so on.
Digitally and could be studied and manipulated and so on. Yeah.
Welcome back, trainers. So I'm pretty sure you've gotten the gist of what's going on here. The tragedy and the catastrophe that is going to be the elite raids. We're going to go ahead and talk about this and how it was an epic fail. Not only that, but it's making people waste their time. Now we're going to talk about Niantic not necessarily stealing money, but kind of doing so. All right. Now you're not allowed to remote raid this, so you have to be there in person, right? You can't use remote raids. Oh my goodness, we can't invite people. But guess what? Apparently you couldn't have even used your regular passes when you were there. But not only that, there was a cherry on top. Literally, the Drago cherry. Take a look, it looks like a cherry. You would get your pass taken away, then kicked out of the game and not able to log back in. Now you can go over to Twitter and take a look, just type in Reggie Drago raids and you're going to see all kinds of stuff. Good, bad. But initially, it was absolutely horrible when it started out in the countries that it first was introduced into. Apparently, people were not able to actually even tap on the raids. They were not even able to engage with them. The spawns, the special spawns, apparently were not even appearing. And it was just a big mess. People were getting their raid passes taken away left and right. Now, there's just going to be something. Niantic did come out and say they're going to be making a makeup day. Go figure. But here's the little thing about these makeup days. You need to introduce us with, I don't know, like a box that gives us free passes again. Because this is ridiculous. Oh, it's just one pass. You take a loss, right? I don't freaking think so. What happens when you take $1 from 100 people? That's $100. What happens if you take it from 20,000? That's 20,000. What happens if you take it from $500,000? That's $500,000. A little bit from one person accumulated from a bunch of different people adds up. Okay, that is how they are really raking it in, even on these days where they screw up. So it's time to really step it up and put on the pressure here, because this is getting absolutely ridiculous. Okay, I personally haven't experienced it yet. It still hasn't started. I'm going to skip the first round. I'm going to go into the second round and see how it goes. I'm going to do a few just to enter it into the decks. It's complete garbage. We already went over that. It's just, you don't need it. Okay, looks cool, but you don't need it. Its moves are garbage. It does nothing for you for PvP or raids at all. So here we are, folks, again. Now, Niantic is saying they want us to get out and go, but people are planning. Okay, no remote raids. Okay, you got to be there in person. Okay, no problem. I'll cancel my schedule or work or whatever. Or, I mean, I don't think your work, but, I'll plan around this specific situation. You want me to be there in person. We'll get groups together and we'll go around and hit these. Time comes, you can't even freaking do that. Okay, so to reiterate, you need to be there in person and complete it with multiple people. You're not going to be able to take this thing out by yourself, I would think, right? So you show up, you can't even do it. Everybody's passes are taken away. You were told initially to meet in person, explore your surroundings, get to know the people in your area. Then you can't even do it. Isn't that something? And this is happening time and time again. If this is a one-off thing, then we'd be like, okay, just point and laugh a little bit. Then we all just keep moving along. We'll forget about it in a couple of days. But this is every event. Every event. Not only that, but Pokemoners found that they didn't even activate Reggie Drago's stats, camera, anything until it was like after it showed up. And what is going on? How can you severely screw up so badly that you can't even flip the switch for the elite raid that you're promoting to be in person for the last who knows how long? And it's not even good. How incompetent do you have to be? It has to be self-sabotage. Are they actually trying to, one, piss us off intentionally? I guess this one goes along with being pissed off, but they're spiteful towards the community. I mean, and now we're going to lead into the ones that are going to seem a little nasty in this day and age. Oh, you're being so mean. Not you guys, just people in general. But I'm pretty sure everybody agrees with this. They're incompetent, or they don't know what they're doing. They need hire help. They need to hire more people that are going to be able to run the floor competently and execute these events flawlessly. Okay, I'm like, oh, we got to be perfect. But at this point, with the money that I've made, they should be able to roll out events like this without a hitch. You know what I mean? Come on. It's crazy. It feels like, what is this, ran by a bunch of high school kids? No offense to all my high school watchers out there, but you know, you got to learn and get experience and things like that. These are grown adults who've been in the industry for a while, I'm sure with degrees, and I mean, they're very intelligent humans. But why can't they complete this simple thing of letting us have an event that doesn't crash and bug out every single time? And if it was all for free, okay, guess we just gotta walk away. Your game's broken. Oh boy, you guys can't run it. But money's involved. That's a little bit different. And when you're taking $1 from everybody like that, you know, 5,000, 10,000, 500,000 people, let's just say 200,000 people, that's a lot of cash right away. Okay. So they're going to be giving us another one, okay, on March 12th for the affected areas. Okay, folks? So there you go. If you did enjoy this video, give it a thumbs up. Niantic is burning their game down, which seems intentional.
You imagine a world where all of that existed digitally and could be studied and manipulated and so on. And, you know, shockingly, 20 years later, we find ourselves inhabiting that world.
It's out of my hand, but I'm still in control. It's out of my hand. You can never take away the power of my
Hey! So you're finally here! Fantastic!
It's out of my hand, but I'm still in control. It's out of my hand. You can never take away the power of my soul.
To compromise where you can. Where you can't, don't. Even if everyone is telling you that something wrong is something right. Even if the whole world is telling you to move, it is your duty to plant yourself like a tree, look them in the eye and say no.